Hello everybody, I am the Mad Scientist and today I am back for day number 9 of r/RegularRevenge. We're almost at 2 weeks of this stuff in about 5 days or so. So let's get into these stories. I got 3 lined up and I'm not scrolling this time. I am using my new method of the tabs. First story. Bro is a terrible house guest, so I exploited his phobia. Also, the number of upvotes is 666. That's not a good sign. I feel I should start by saying I really don't like my brother. He's younger, but has always been a jerk, leech, and general screw-up. He's the kind of guy who drinks about a half ounce of the orange juice and puts the bowl back in the fridge, or takes someone else's lunch from the fridge at work. I've also never heard him say thank you, except as kids when he was forced to by our parents. Our parents did a genuinely good job of raising us. No abuse, no narcissism, no crazy church stuff, so it's all him. Last summer we were having some really hot / humid weather for our area. 90 degrees Fahrenheit, I guess, with 85% humidity at 9 PM sort of thing. And he knocked on my door, giving a sob story about how his car was broken down nearby, and he needed a place to stay. If it were up to me, I'd shut the door in his face, but my wife came to the door too, and since she's a better person than me, insisted we let him in. I acquiesced because I didn't want to deal with her in a grumpy mood. I cooked dinner, steak with mashed potatoes and green beans, more than he deserved, and we made awkward small talk, him complaining about his current job, until I was able to end the conversation. We set him up in the guest room and headed off to sleep. He never thanked me or my wife for the shelter or the meal. I woke up the next morning around 7 to find him passed out on the floor downstairs in the area where my home theater is set up, a couple of feet from a big pile of vomit on the carpet, and an empty bottle of scotch I had purchased a few days before and not opened yet. Lagavulin 16 to be specific, so not a cheap bottle. I bought it for myself as a celebration for getting an anniversary raise at my work. The sight of my brother having finished an entire bottle of scotch and then puked it up on my carpet was not exactly what I wanted to see first thing of a Saturday morning. Then, because of the bastard I am, an idea struck me. My brother is terrified of thunder. Was as a kid, still is as a grown man. Oh no. No real reason for it. It's just a phobia of his, like heights are for some people. There is a 3/4 bath downstairs with a door that swings outwards instead of inwards because the previous owner crammed everything into a smaller space as possible. So I dragged my brother's drunk ass into the bathroom and left him on the floor. Not being a total jerk, I grabbed a box of saltine crackers, a couple bottles of Gatorade, some aspirin, and a plastic cup for water, and put them in there with him. Then I closed the door and kicked 2 door wedges under it so he couldn't get out of the bathroom. Then I went and found some thunderstorm sounds, and fired up my home theater system. It's nothing that would make the home theater subreddit jealous, but it's way more than a soundbar or basic home theater in a box. The subwoofer can make drinks on the table rattle. Ooh. Ooh. I fired up the thunderstorm sounds and cranked up the speakers. Then I went upstairs to make myself some coffee and breakfast. The floor vibrated with the synthetic storm in the basement, and my groggy wife was wondering why the hell it sounded like a storm when it was shaping up to be another scorcher. I told her what my brother had done and what I had done. She looked furious and looked at the clock, which was 8:15, and said, "Leave that ungrateful little shit in there until Oh! After my coffee, I went down to clean up the puke, and I heard him sobbing and banging on the door, yelling, "F you! Stop it!" and other nonsense. I yelled back, "Have some crackers and Gatorade!" and turned up the speakers a bit. Not much, because I didn't want to damage my equipment. Around 10 a.m., I turned the thunderstorm off. I heard crying coming from the bathroom. I pulled out the wedges, opened the door, and saw my brother's pathetic ass curled up in the shower stall. I looked at him for a long time until he looked up at me and started to say, you son of a... Shut the hell up and get out of my house. I cut over him. You're not allowed to ask my help again. Eyes still red, he slunk out of the house and got an Uber. I haven't heard from him since. I had to answer a couple of confused texts from my parents, but mild annoyance on their part was really the only fallout. At least it's none of the other fallout stuff. Why do you... I feel like you're gonna get those people that are just like, I don't give a damn about if it's your property or not. I am going to use it. And sometimes they're in your family. Sometimes they're just a random person. Airdrop dick pics? Hope you get a criminal record. So, copy/paste, as it was removed from Pro, because it's so early that after that no charges have been laid yet. Here's my story from yesterday. So my wife and I and our 2 kids, 3 and 4, both girls, were at the mall yesterday. We were about to leave, so I took the toys we bought to the van and was going to pull it to the door to pick up my wife and kids. She decided to get a drink from Starbucks. They are slow at Starbucks, so I'm just waiting outside the front door for them when my wife texts me, someone just tried to airdrop me the weirdest pictures, followed by a screenshot of someone airdropping her a dick pic. Now my wife is with my kids, who are just doing fun things on the phone, passing time. She said, I think I know who it was. There are 3 punks in quotation marks, sitting at a table laughing at their phone, looking around. Punks being slang for dumbass, not like a punk rocker or something. Okay, thanks for the clarification. I say, okay, give me a sec, and throw the van in park and start my way in. I go to Snapchat and take a completely black pic and write, got ya, knowing their airdrop would be open. These dumbasses, 2 girls and 1 guy, aged 17, 18, are sitting right by the lineup, and everyone in the vicinity is looking at their phone confusing, trying to figure out what's going on because they are sending this to everyone. I get behind them and airdrop the got ya pic to them. They nearly shit and turn around. I tore a strip off them. Now I'm 32, 6 foot, 215 pounds. The guy is 17 or 18, 5'8" and about 150 pounds. Hitting him is out of the question, so I, not so calmly, ask Starbucks to call security and very loudly berate the shit out of them so everyone could hear what they are doing. I threatened the guy a couple times, as any parent would, but I followed them around enough to wait for security and continue berating them. During the confrontation, he actually says, I don't consent you taking my picture. Fuck off, bud. We're in public. And he also does 911 on his phone because he was afraid I was going to hit him. I was close, not gonna lie. I laugh when he shows me his phone with 911 on it and say, go ahead. Call him and explain why you're getting threatened. I'll even call for you. They get away. I didn't touch anyone for legal reasons, and my wife and kids were with me, so I wasn't going to do anything in front of them. Security shows up. I show them pics of the people that I had taken and the screenshot of what they were doing. Turns out right before security got to me, they got a complaint from a 12-year-old girl who got the same one. Had I known, I would have knocked him the fuck out on the spot, no question. These people are idiots. They don't leave the mall. An hour later, security calls me saying they found them and police are on their way. I talk to the officer and he says there may be enough for charges, but it can be tough to prove, and still way too early to tell. I was the first follow-up he made, so not sure what happened when he called the young girl, or if anyone had made the same complaints. TLDR, young group of kids, 17, 18, airdropped my wife and kids and several others dick pics while we were at the mall. Caught them, berated them, took pictures of them, and gave them to security, who found them and called the police, and now they may get charged for sexual crimes. Oh, no! Oh, that's why you airdrop it. Like, airdrop is not the most secure thing you could have as to get messages, because there will be that one person out there that uses airdrop and sending dick pics to their partner while they're in the mall, and then someone else is gonna get it, and it's just like, what the fuck? At which point the guy said in the picture would have to explain, that was meant for my partner. I did not know you had airdrop as well. And that's why we don't use airdrop for dick pics. Use it for memes. Neighbor shot my dog, so I let her think I shot her chicken. 5 months ago, my family moved out of the country from the suburbs. A week after settling in, a dog escaped and my neighbor, I'll call her Kathy, shot her. At first, she claimed she was afraid and panicked. I was understanding of this and tried to forgive her for it. However, she later told my daughter that she was trying to teach us a lesson about letting animals roam around. When I heard this, I called the police, hoping to maybe get a lawsuit started. Kathy changed the story again, and I was SOL since I had no proof. Kathy was very smug and again said, yeah, I shouldn't have let my dog out without permission. Recently, I spotted one of her hens on my property. I knew it was Kathy's by a band on its leg. I kidnapped her and put her in my hen house. When Kathy called to ask me if I seen her hen, I told her, you shouldn't have left your animals to roam around. I shot it. You want to pick up the corpse? She was pissed off and came over. I was waiting on her and let her take the hen back home. My family thought it was funny, but some neighbors who are friendly with her are saying I shouldn't have upset her because she's old and fragile. Oh, you are... You gotta play the fucking age card. Like... Bitch, please. She shot her neighbor's dog because it was not on her property. Just, why? Why are you gonna be so dumb? I never witnessed just stupidity. Just stupidity defined. Oh my god. I guess this is a shorter episode for today because those stories weren't that long. Links will be in the description to my main channel and also the channel that you're on right now that has links on the screen to the playlist and the last episode. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. Ding, ding. I'm Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out.